I'm off P, and I've been doing music for probably about a year and a half now, maybe like a year and 5 months. Yeah, I just woke up one day and I just started buying music equipment, turned a room in the house into a studio, and then, started quit my job, and then, this is pretty much it. The new album, uh, it's called Bicker Sisters. It's 11 songs long. It's got about 45, maybe 48 minutes of runtime. Should be coming out in the next couple weeks. I'm just waiting for the commission art and all the bullshit to get done, all the advertising, and you know how it is. But it's good. It should be out in a couple weeks. I don't have. Oh, why the name? Oh man. So it's a bit of a story. So I originally met Luca actually during the what was it? It was the prize machine recordings, the prize machine sessions that we were doing. But she was flying back and forth from New York to do most of the sessions, and then when we started getting to doing the Blurry Days recordings, um, you know, we had so many sessions lined up. It was just getting to the point where there's no point in her flying back and forth, so she started staying here. Right, Miku, she was able to kind of fly around. She had a lot of different sessions with a lot of producers, and she didn't really have a whole lot of songs on the album anyways. I think we had like 4 songs planned for her. But Luca had quite a bit, right? So I know she was having some issues. She was living with Gumi up in New York. I guess that there was something going on, but it was easier for Luca to stay here during the Blurry Days recordings, right? I had extra room here, so she ended up staying here for a while. After I was thinking like a couple months in, maybe like 2 months in, during the Blurry Days recordings, we actually, Gummy actually drove down here from New York to visit, and we really got along. It was a pretty cool, situation. I really liked her a lot. But we decided to just, do a song with her at least, and we ended up doing some sessions with her. It really worked out real well. Her and Agumi and Luca really got along real well, for the most part. They had good chemistry, at least in the studio. So we decided, she didn't have to drive up to New York in her beat up car, that she could just stay here too. So Gummy and Luca stayed here. We finished the album. We finished Blurry Days up, right? And I was kind of planning, at least, like after we finished Blurry Days, we wrap it up, and then they'd probably go back up to New York. That's what I was guessing. But we actually didn't really make any money off Blurry Days. We made probably $11, I think, off the whole thing, off of like 5 months worth of recording. And I think that I didn't really want to get in their business, but I kind of think that they just really didn't have enough money to go back. They probably didn't want to renew the lease, or I'm not really sure what happened. But either way, they ended up staying here, and we got bored, and we started just going back in the studio and recording. And after a couple months, we just started putting out some songs. We had some songs out, and by the end of like 5 months, we had enough to we were like, might as well make an album, right? Might as well put it in an album. But after living with them, I think we've been living together about a year now. Towards the last 5 months, though, they were just fighting a lot. They were bickering. It was just always something. They're yelling and stuff. And there was some times where we couldn't even record. It was just getting so bad. Then the next day they'd be cool. But one of my friends, he's a producer. He actually he has a studio just right down the road. But we swap equipment all the time. I'll put a link in the description. He goes by Pebble Twins. He's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, so he came by every once in a while, and he'd kind of sit in on the sessions. And there's times where we would just be laughing because they'd be bitching so much. Gummy and Luca, they would be bitching, and we would just be laughing. But one day, Pebbles was like, man, these girls, they're bickering like sisters. And I just thought that was so funny, you know. So that's what we always kind of said whenever they were fighting, and it just kind of stuck. So when it came time to kind of think about releasing the album, you know, that's the only thing we really could think of, you know, that was the perfect thing, you know, especially with like the context of everything and just how the album kind of played out, you know. I felt that really like capsulated, you know, the feel of what we went through with that album. But yeah, you know, so the album should be coming out soon. Yeah, I hope that you all enjoy it. You know, thanks for the interview. You know, I've never done this before. But yeah. So Bicker Sisters, it should be coming out next month. Maybe I think 3 weeks, maybe tops. Look forward to it. I hope that we make more than $11 off it. And you know, y'all have a good one. All right.